Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to talk about the 2023 PAMP silver bars that were released. For 2023, there are not very many bars. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Lunar Design. Now, the Lunar Design is the one design we see year after year for PAMP that offers us a new design for silver. And this is the Lunar Rabbit. Now, the 2023 Lunar Rabbit is the last lunar design that PAMP made for its first lunar series. So this concludes the series. As you see, it has a rabbit and these butterflies flying around. It has a front and back of the same design. So you can see what both sides of this artwork would look like. And of course, this design was released on 1 ounce silver. See the butterflies on the front and back. Now, this bar, being the last of the lunar series, has something unexpectedly nice about it. And it's an error bar. So why would an error be nice? Well, as a collector, it's unusual and it makes it special, actually. So for me, it's really exciting when I heard about it. And the bar on the right is the error bar. You notice there are no butterflies flying around. The one on the left is the regular version. The one on the right is the error. Now, which one is more rare? Well, it is the one that's the error. In some ways, it seems like there's just as many floating around, but there are probably less. Obviously, once the error was discovered, no more of those were made. And so that's why I'm thinking less were made in the big scheme of things. Although several thousand already were in circulation, several thousand of the rabbit bars, not error bars. So how many really are error bars out there? It's hard to tell. How did this happen? Most likely when there's a high demand to have a bar made, more than one die is used. Now, of course, if there's more than one die, these dies have any differences, and if we find the difference, like the missing butterflies, it is now an error bar. So that's how this happened. More than one die was in use. By the time it was noticed, they're already in circulation and they're in people's hands. Once it was known, I'm sure that error die was not used any longer. So that's why I'm thinking more bars exist with the butterfly in the back. And here's a quick look at the front of the bars. You see they do look identical. So the regular and error on the front look the same. It's only on the back that we see the difference. 2023 also saw the second 50-gram Morgan bar was released. So this is it. Now the Morgan bar has a mintage of 5,000. The concept of this bar was year after year, the same bar would be made and only the year would be different. And so this is the second release of it for 2023. There are so few releases for the year. This bar, the Morgan bar, for me was really exciting because besides the Lunar series, this was the only thing else going on, really. So I was happy to see it, glad it was made, hope to see more. And the final bar, well, is it a bar? Yes, I guess this is a bar, but not fully because it has a shape to it. See, the snake is squeezing the sides, so it's indenting in. This is still so much like a bar. I'm going to include it in this video. Now, when this came out, there was a lot of excitement about this for a few reasons. And one is the design is very captivating. The details on the snake and the background have a lot going on. And even the back, if you see all the the scales of the snake and all those lines. It's lots of awesome details. So that's one thing that has something going on with it. The second is the snake is actually holographic on the front. So this was the first holographic bar that PAMP released in years. But this isn't really fully a bar. It's actually a coin. So if you look closely on the back, it says $2. And the mintage on this is 3000. So it's not a whole lot of them made. I think that also contributed to why people got so excited about this. So it's holographic, it's a coin, it's in an assay card, it's got a really unique look to it. So it has so much exciting things to it. And even the assay card, it's the snake coiling around on it. That's really captivating looking. So this bar coin has so much excitement going for it that, of course, that's helping it, of course. So this bar is holographic. When you look at it now, it doesn't really look like it because the lighting isn't working to its best advantage. So the colors really change depending on how the light hits it. Here's a closer look to get an idea what I'm talking about. And it will literally change colors depending on the angle of the light hitting it. So definitely a really neat one. The second release of Nature's Grip was anticipated to be for February of 2024, but it got delayed. And the design is an anaconda. I saw the image of it. That one is not released. And it's taking the idea of not a typical bar shape to another level. So it's going to have like a snake head popping out of the top. When it comes out, I'll be sure to share it. For now, we just have the anticipated future release of it. Hopefully it does come out. Now, one more detail I want to share about 2023 is we saw the change in the assay signature. So here we see the rabbit, the first design earlier in the year. It has a different signature than the one that was used later on in the year. Now, I should mention the lunar bars really are, the production of them is started before the actual year comes. They actually start to hit the market anytime between October, November, or December. When you first hear about the design or see a peek of what the design will be. And if you're really lucky, you can actually get a hold of one sometime in those months. If you're less likely, it might even be January, February, or later if you're less lucky about it. But we did see this change in assay signature for 2023. I just thought I'd point that out. Thanks for joining me to discuss which bars are made for this year in silver. See you next time.